शिवा बर मोहि है नट रो हर सो जब चायल रो हर सिख हो अपने ही मन को जब आव की औध निधान बने अत ही रण में तब जूझ मरो
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Karamjit Singh from the Sikh Heritage Group, London. Today's program is to mark the Remembrance Day of the 40 Muktas by the Sikhs all around the world. Each day in the Sikh Ardaas, we remember the great Sikh Martyrs by saying Panj Pyare, Char Sahibzade, Chali Mukte, which simply means and is remembering the 5 beloved ones, 4 princesses and the 40 redeemed ones, a memorial to one of the most esteemed sacrifices in Sikh history. What do we understand by the word Mukte, or liberation, or emancipation? In Sikhi, it is the greatest spiritual goal of human existence for a Sikh in this lifetime. Mukt or Mukta is the one who achieves the highest state of final beatitude or supreme blessedness. The story goes like this. Led by the legend Mai Pago and Pai Mahasingh, the Mukte celebrated in the Sikh tradition are the 14 martyrs of Muktsar. They earned this title by sacrificing their lives for the Guru, who redeemed their past betrayal of having disowned the Master and deserting him in desperation during the prolonged siege of Anandpur Sahib by the hill chiefs and the Mughal forces. Now let's revisit the siege of Anandpur Sahib to see what exactly transpired when Guruji was told by the 40 Sikhs that we are not your disciples and you are not our Guru. The Chali Mukte were a band of Sikhs who fought to protect Guru Gobind Singh Ji and his Sikhs during the siege of Anandpur Sahib in December 1705. Conditions in the forts of Anandpur Sahib were poor and harsh. There was little food and water for sustainable living. These 40 Sikhs chose to abandon Guru Gobind Singh Ji and signed the famous Badawa or disclaimer and saying that we are not your disciples and you are not our Guru. Leaving the battlefield, they all returned home to their families. On reaching home, they were taunted by Mai Pagoji at their village and the other women folk and children. The 40 immediately realized the severity of what they had done wrong. Still belted in their saddles, they decided to return to the battlefield and fought as the Guru's valiant Khalsa and upheld Guru's famous assertion that Sawa Lakh se ek ladang tabhi naam Gobind Singh kahau. Let's look at the final events leading to the martyrdom of the 40 after Guruji evacuates Anandpur Sahib. As we understand, Guru Gobind Singh Ji had to evacuate the fort of Anandpur Sahib after its siege. On leaving en route, a surprise attack by the enemy under harsh weather conditions. Guruji's family and Sikhs got separated in the confusion at the Battle of Sarsa. The younger Sahibjadas, Baba Jorawar Singh Ji, Baba Fateh Singh Ji, went along with their grandmother, Mata Gujri Ji, towards Sarhand. Later, at the Battle of Chamkaur, Baba Ajit Singh Ji, Baba Jujhar Singh Ji, the older Sahibjades, received their martyrdom. Guruji, under the orders of the Panth, was asked by the Panch Pyare to leave Chamkaur. Accepting the orders of the Panth, and whilst travelling in the Malwa region, Guruji was pursued day and night by the Mughal imperial forces to hunt him down. Guru Gobind Singh Ji reached the village of Kidrana. At the same time, Maipago and the returning 40 Muktes were intercepted nearby on the Tab or the pool of Kidrana by the imperial army, who were in pursuit of the master. The 40 gave a mighty challenge to the imperial army and fought with great furies, forcing the Mughals to retreat. All 40 Sikhs attained martyrdom in this pitched battle, supported by the master with shower of arrows from a nearby high ground and a small hill. With the imperial army abandoning the battlefield, Guruji came down to inspect the dead and wounded. The only survivors were the seriously wounded by Mahasingh and Maipago with some minor injuries. The picture you now see on the screen is of Bhai Mahasingh on his last breath, being embraced by the master. Here Guruji, the master, grants Bhai Mahasingh his last wish, where Bhai Mahasingh pleads and pleads, O Master, on behalf of the 40, I ask thee, please destroy the Badala, the disclaimer, and open the gates of your kingdom for thy disciples. Bhai Mahasingh continues to speak. O Father, he says, I am indeed overjoyed and relieved to see you. I thought I will never see you again. I want to die for your cause, in your lap, and with your blessings. I do not wish for anything more. What else or more could I desire? O my Master, if you have taken compassion on us here, tear off the disclaimer, the paper on which we wrote that you are not our Guru and we are not your Sikhs. Tear it off, please, forgive us. Take us all back into your fold and let the broken ties be reunited. The Master was pleased to hear his Sikh's last wish. The mighty Guruji was overwhelmed with merciful emotions. Thus the 40 receives supreme blessedness, and Guruji proclaimed, "You are the 40. You and the 40 have done a great deal. You have saved the root of Sikhi in the Majha district of the Punjab. You and your companions, all 40 of you, are Muktas, the saved ones. This battlefield shall be called from henceforth Muktsar, or the pool of salvation. You are delivered from the chain of births and deaths forever. You have attained Mukti, freedom from the birth and death." Thus, the 40 Mukte are remembered in the Sikh Ardaas every day. Guruji, while liberating the 40 Muktas, took the Bidawa from under his martial belt, tore it into many pieces. Bhai Mahan Singh saw this and felt vindicated. With a broad smile, Bhai Mahan Singh took a deep, long breath and closed his eyes forever. Remembering the 40 Muktas, the Sikh Panth holds Mai Pago in great esteem, and indeed honored her as one of the greatest women in the annals of Sikh history. Mai Pago demonstrated that in times of crisis, women can show unparalleled leadership, as evident from her valor in helping to redeem the honor of the faithless 40 Muktas. After this historical event, and for the remaining life, Mai Pago achieved her long cherished desire to become an active saint soldier, Sant Sipahi, in the Guru's army. It is worth remembering here that along with the 10 Gurus, the Panj Pyares, the 4 Sahibjadas, the 40 Mukte, and all the other martyrs who we remember in our daily Ardaas, it is for their sacrifices that we enjoy our freedom of thought and many other rights that we have become so accustomed to. Thank you. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Drum beats in the mind's sky. Aim is taken and the wound is inflicted. It is time for combat. He alone is a warrior who fights for the sake of his belief. He is prepared to die and will not desert.